95.5.
Gotta give us what we need. Hey, our freedom of speech is freedom of death. We got to fight the power.
Hey, everybody, it's the Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and lively and historical. We tell you a little history. Today, as many of you know, is Juneteenth. And I tell everybody that this holiday is truly, one, a holiday about freedom, and number two, a Republican holiday. And I don't know that enough conservatives out there understand why you should, more than anybody else, or I'm sorry, let me take that back, as much as anybody else, should be celebrating June 19th, 1865. What happened? Because it was Republicans who did it. A Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, the first Republican that was elected, Abraham Lincoln, he ran on in 1860, in the 1860 presidential election. He ran on a platform of not eradicating slavery, maintaining slavery where it was in the South, but not moving it out, not moving it westward, not adding slave states. That was the platform, amongst some other things, but that was the platform. Halting slavery in its tracks. Wherever it is now, keep it there. That's it. No more. That's what a platform was. And the guy won. He won a popular vote. He won electoral votes. That means the American people, all in the North, obviously, the South, no, but all in the North, the people said, yes, we want this. No more. You got it where it is, keep it there. No more spreading of it. We don't want it to spread. And so the party platform promised not to interfere with slavery in the states, but oppose slavery in the territories. Okay? Promised tariffs protecting industry and workers, a Homestead Act granting free farmland in the West to settlers, and a funding of a transcontinental railroad. That was it. That was it. That was the entire platform for Abraham Lincoln. And he won. He won twice. It's our holiday. If you're a Republican out there, Juneteenth is your holiday. In June 19th, 1865, a Union army arrived in Galveston, Texas, and announced to the people of Texas that all enslaved African Americans were free. 1865. Emancipation Proclamation went into effect January 1. And the Emancipation Proclamation, by the way, let me tell you all this, many people don't know this part, was only for slave states. And it was totally a military move. But Lincoln is quoted as saying, everything in my soul says I'm doing the right thing. That's what he said. That's what he said. He was a Republican, the first Republican elected in this country. So this is truly a Republican holiday that Republicans need to celebrate. It's not a foo-foo holiday. It's not a silly holiday. It's a holiday truly about freedom. And so we're supposed to be the people that stand on the side of freedom. This is a holiday truly about freedom. Now, I don't get with the people who say July 4th is not my holiday. Of course it's your holiday. You live here. Of course it's your holiday. It's ridiculous to say my people were not free July 4th, so I'm not celebrating. But you're free July 4th, so you should celebrate it. Juneteenth is a great day in America. It tells you about American history, that we slowly but surely move towards freedom. And Republicans did that. We should point that out as much as we can. Was Lincoln the greatest ever? Yeah, sure. He kept the Union. He won the war. But this was a military proclamation. This was done for military purposes. But he knew it was the right thing to do morally also. So we should celebrate this day. Everyone should celebrate this day. You know, I see a lot of people complaining when they see these Juneteenth celebrations and they see white faces in it. Well, of course you should have white faces in it. Abraham Lincoln wasn't elected on the backs of African enslaved people voting for him. Of course, white people were involved in Juneteenth. White people involved in Civil War. White people involved in our freedom, because the other half of the white people were the one enslaved us. So that there had to be another group of white people that got us our freedom. So of course they should be involved. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with it. This holiday is an American holiday because it's all about freedom. And that should be celebrated by everyone. No one should be shut out of Juneteenth celebrations. And no one should be told that it's a silly holiday. Why are we celebrating it? We're celebrating it because we're celebrating America. We're celebrating freedom. That's what it's all about. That's why this is one of the greatest countries in the entire history of the world. The greatest country in the entire history of the world. Because we're free. The problem is many people don't understand that freedom ain't free. In order to be free, you got to be responsible for your freedom. You have to be responsible for taking care of your family, taking care of yourself. Everything is not going to come easy. With freedom comes responsibility. Now, before we go to break, I want to play, this is a reading of the first part of the Emancipation Proclamation. I want you to listen to what it says. One of the things I think we don't do enough of is listen to what this paper read.
Whereas on the 22nd day of September, A.D. 1862, a proclamation was issued by the President of the United States containing, among other things, the following, to wit, that on the first day of January, A.D. 1863, all persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state, the people whereof shall then be in rebellion against the United States, shall be then, thenceforward, and forever free. The executive government of the United States, including the military and naval authority thereof, will recognize and maintain the freedom of such persons and will do no act or acts to repress such persons or any of them in any efforts they may make for their actual freedom. That the executive will, on the first day of January aforesaid, by proclamation, designate the states and parts of states, if any, in which the people thereof, respectively, shall then be in rebellion against the United States, and the fact that any state or the people thereof shall on that day be in good faith represented in the Congress of the United States by members chosen thereto at elections, wherein a majority of the qualified voters of such states shall have participated, shall, in the absence of strong countervailing testimony, be deemed conclusive evidence that such state and the people thereof are not then in rebellion against the United States. Now, therefore, I, Abraham Lincoln, President of the United States, by virtue of the power in me vested as Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy of the United States, in time of actual armed rebellion against the authority and government of the United States, and as a fit and necessary war measure for suppressing said rebellion, do, on this first day of January A.D. 1863, and in accordance with my purpose to do so, publicly proclaimed for the full period of 100 days from the first day above mentioned, order and designate as the states and parts of states wherein the people thereof respectively are this day in rebellion against the United States, the following, to wit, Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana,
Texas. They didn't tell them. So Union Army had to go to Galveston, Texas, to let the enslaved people know they were free 2 years later. The 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery in the United States, was ratified December 6, 1865. It's our holiday, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a conservative, if you're a Republican, and you're about freedom, this is your holiday. Keep fighting yourselves. 448-720-0750. 1-800-WSB-TALK. You can follow me on all social media.